7 wins down, 8 to go for the Knicks and Pacers if they want to win the NBA title. But first, who gains the advantage in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals? Tonight, before a sold-out Garden crowd, it's the Pacers and the Knicks in Game 1. Indiana's Reggie Miller said, "I want New York." Reggie, we've got news for you. You've got them. They're standing by. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ron Thulin. This is the second straight conference final for the New York Knicks. It is the first ever for the Indiana Pacers. So far in the playoffs, home court has held true. Neither team has lost a game on their home floor. Of course, the Knicks coming off that very emotional series versus Chicago. Indiana, on the other hand, they've had a couple of days off. In fact, they've only lost 2 playoff games total. Our broadcast partner the next couple of games, Hubie Brown. The Knicks won the regular season series 4-0. How did they take Indiana out of their game?
Well, I think you have to look at it, Ron, and say that 3 of the 4 games were decided by 7 points or less. Now we'd like to show you some stats. Indiana, a powerhouse scoring team, minus 16 points against the Knicks. The field goal percentage, where they were second in the league, down 6. 3-point shooting, they're the #1 3-point shooting team in the league, down 10 percentage points, and then the Knicks win the battle of the boards. When you take away that, how can you possibly win a series?
Exactly that. Now in Game 7 versus the Bulls, the New York Knicks found out just how important that forward position is in their scheme, and that's a position they need to dominate tonight.
Well, this series is going to be won at the forwards. Now, when you look at the power position, it's the lunch pail battle. Charles Oakley averaging 12 rebounds during playoff time versus Dale Davis, who's averaging 11. This is for all the lunch pail guys. Now, at the small forward, the major question mark. When the Knicks are rolling, Charles Smith and Mason are getting a combined 20 points, 9 or 10 rebounds. Now, at the other side, can Derek McKee and Kenny Williams step up and defend and keep them off the offensive board, as well as score the necessary points? This, to me, is where it will be won.
I think you're right. Now, this is the second straight year these two have met in the playoffs. Last year, the Knicks won 3-1, a series in which Reggie Miller and Rick Smith played very well, and they need that again tonight.
Well, they do, Ron. Indiana has stolen the road game at Orlando and at Atlanta. Now, let's look at it here. Reggie Miller, the 31 points, the 9.5 foul shot attempts, and then also the high percentage shooting. Now, remember, he did that against John Starks. Now, Patrick Ewing, everyone thinks he would dominate Rick Smith, but look at those numbers. The 22 points, the 8 rebounds, the 58% shooting. Both players played to their maximum, and they need it again. Now, who will be the third guy in the mix?
We will find out. Now, the New York Knicks have won 10 of the last 11 regular season meetings between these two teams, but a lot of questions tonight. How emotional will New York be after that series with Chicago? And can Indiana, the way they had the 2 previous series, win the opening game of this series? We'll be back. Knicks and Pacers next. Patrick Ewing being introduced to the crowd of over 19,000, a sellout on hand as we look at tonight's Jeep Eagles starting matchups.
We told you that McKee and Williams matched up with Smith and our man Mason. That is going to be major. But the big fellas will decide it at the center and big forward position. This is where the war will be won or lost.
And the coach is Larry Brown, his 21st year, 20 teams plus 500. San Antonio, the only other team below 500. You can see his record. And Pat Riley, 49 years old, from Schenectady, New York. 50-plus wins each of his 12 seasons. Looking to become the second to win 2 titles, 2 different teams. Alex Hannum was the other. Good officiating crew tonight. Jake O'Donnell, Bill Oakes, and Steve Javy.
Now, the big surprise is that Vern Fleming will be starting at the point position over Workman. And the reason for that being that Workman has an injured arch, and we all know how painful that is. Now, that's why it worked to their advantage that Indiana had 4 days off before this encounter.
Indiana's had a lot of time off between the Orlando and Atlanta series and this series. Indiana with the ball. They want to hurry up and try to get their offense going before New York sets in to defend. Miller starts on him. We all know about the infamous headbutt in Game 3 last year. Now we've got Jake O'Donnell blowing a whistle. And maybe a delay of game warning, or is it a foul? No, it's a forearm
and a technical
foul
foul
on Charles Oakley.
Now, just keep an eye on this. Now, watch what happens. There's a good movement here now, and there's the hit right there. Now, Jake O'Donnell on the baseline, right up there, calls the technical foul and says, listen, we are not having any of this here tonight. Now, that was a great move by Reggie Miller. And we told you last year he was at his best. 31 points, got to the foul line 9.5 times per game.
Reggie Miller, an awfully good free throw shooter, second in the NBA this year. During the playoffs, however, struggling at 79%, well below his 91% during the 82 regular season games. Ewing on Smith. Ewing, the big step inside, doesn't get it. The tip won't go by Oakley.
Now, Patrick made that look real easy. He just took him hard.
Fleming to the hole. He goes down hard. We have a whistle and another foul.
The big difference between having Vern Fleming start for you against Haywood Workman is the fact that Vern Fleming for years is a proven scorer in this league. In his first 9 years, he shot over 50% 7 times. He's an excellent foul shooter. He's a proven scorer. But what you lose is the playmaking and the assists. During the playoffs, Workman is averaging 4 assists for every turnover, and that is prime.
Vern Fleming played his collegiate ball at the University of Georgia, drops both his down. He only started 5 games during the regular season, only played in 55 total. And exactly what the Pacers wanted to do. They want to get out in front early on the next play. Make them play catch up.
And you must continue to look for Ewing here. And the reason for that being, you do not want Smits to stay out on the floor with the 7'4", 250 pounds and a potential scorer.
Larry Brown wants Smits to shoot quickly. He does, and he scores.
Right there, you can see he shoots right over the top of Patrick Ewing.
Knicks have not scored. We have played just over a minute. We can't stress enough. We're not sure of how emotional this Knicks team can possibly be. Humanly possible. We've got a whistle. It's going to be an offensive foul. Billy Oates calls it. Patrick Ewing is close to a technical.
And a technical. Not only the foul, but also the technical. Now you can see Patrick is very, very upset. There's a lot of banging going on down in there. And right now, see, Steve Javie says, we're not going to have it. See, he gets pushed in the back, and then he clears them off. The problem when you use the forearm is not to extend the arm. If you just keep it in there, you still can hold the man. And every technical foul that you have here, or every time that you send Reggie Miller to the line, you know, you're talking about one of the premier foul shooters in the history of this league. This year, he shot at 91%.
Well, Hubie, as the teams are walking their respective benches, something you don't see very often, John Starks playing the peacemaker, trying to keep Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley quiet. We talk about how quickly Rick Smits has to shoot this basketball, Hubie.
Well, you know, Larry does not want him to fool around. Just catch the basketball, make a quick move, and shoot over the top of Patrick. You have proven it in the past that you can do it. When you get in trouble is when you hold the ball too long and allow the Knicks or any other team to double team, because we all know Rick is not a great passer out of the double team.
Smits in his 6th year out of Marist. First round pick back in '88. The second pick overall, just 27 years old. 8-0. Knicks are 0 for 3, and they already have 2 technicals. Dale Davis.
Oh, Oakley has done a real good job in jamming Dale Davis.
Not allowing Davis to post up. Shot clock at 8. Fleming works around the right side, around Smith. The high archer won't go. Ewing with his first board, and the alley throws it away.
The line just took Reggie Miller down on the other side.
Took right over the free throw line. Oh, Derek McKee is going to walk his way in, but it was called.
Well,
no, they're going to call jump ball.
Jump ball caused the walk, but he said jump ball first.
Now let's look at it again.
Yeah, now just keep an eye on this now. You're going to see Derek McKee going in. See, that's a loose ball right there. Oh, that's just a fumble ball.
It's a fumble ball.
The ball was knocked out of his hand.
Well, Billy Oates, I think, blew the whistle for a walk. That was his first signal. Nevertheless, the Knicks have it. They have not scored. We have played just over 2 minutes here at the Garden in Madison Square.
Right on the point, you know, with Fleming and Harper, you have 2 old-timers.
Nice look inside. Starks to Oakley. Coming off the monster Game 7 versus the Bulls. Miller. Larry Brown said when they run Miller off pitch, they know he's going to get clobbered. They keep it inside. Davis keeps it alive.
Davis with the long arm. Good steal that time by Harper.
Oh, you're 7-4. You can't put the ball down on the floor too many times. Harper from the arm. Buries the 3.
See, Fleming is undecided whether he should double team inside or not. Sometimes he will go back, other times not. You must honor Harper in the 3.
Smith gets away from Ewing for the easy 2. He has 4 already.
The big thing with Smith, he can hit the jump shot facing. He has the excellent hooks, and he has nice moves with the dribble with his back to the basket.
Miller on Starks. Ewing, the double shown by Fleming. Harper after 2, knocks it home.
See, right now, Vern Fleming, he left his man in the opposite corner to come to the power side of the floor. Patrick Ewing has been finding that guy throughout the playoffs.
Whistle, offensive foul on Indiana. New York will have the basketball.
Yeah, Dale Davis on that screen down. Now, here's your double team right there. Vern Fleming and the pass to the other side of the floor. Now, Harper, unfortunately, stepped on the line on that release.
Steve Jabby right there to make the call. Smith posting up on Davis. Smith comes from behind. We have a whistle.
Anytime that the Knicks screen across the lane, you must beat the man to the spot. If he gets position and tries to post you up in the painted area, then what you must do is front him. See, now just watch how casually they play this in the lane. Well, you cannot get caught posting up there. Now, Mason and Smith love to get you in the painted area on their back.
Well, Smith started the last 4 games versus Chicago. The 6th-year pro out of Pittsburgh, averaging just a shade under 10 points a game. 66%, however, from the free throw line. But he's perfect tonight. Knicks within 1 as they're on a 9-2 run.
That's a good battle. Harper and Fleming, they'll be good all night long.
Way out front is McKee. Miller sets the pick. McKee finds the open to Smits. The bank is open.
Once you trap, you know that Patrick Ewing will play the free man or a dribbler coming down the lane. Smits will be open.
Ewing, the spin move has it slapped away, and if that's 2 on Smits.
See, now that's a bad foul. Larry Brown is very upset, and the reason is he's already committed 2, and you have not played 5 minutes of the game, and you need him from an offensive standpoint. Now watch this screen right here. Now here comes McKee down. Watch Ewing leave, and then see, this is what Smits does extremely well. He'll score, and he's excellent facing the basket. Now right now, Larry Brown must bring in Antonio Davis. Now we're not bringing in chopped liver here.
No.
We're bringing in a guy who has had a sensational year. But when your offensive center is rolling, you hate to see him pick up 2 bad fouls. Now he's had 2 bad fouls.
He leaves the game 3 of 3. Rick Smits. At the line, Patrick Ewing. 23.5 average during the playoffs. 24.5 during the regular season. Antonio Davis, number 33, into the lineup. The rookie out of Texas El Paso. Played with Anthony Hardaway for Don Haskins. Inside, there's Davis. Ewing gets a piece of it. Here comes Starks running. He's got Oakley on the left, Smith on the right. Pulls the trigger from 3.
Well, you can see the game plan at the Indiana end. They are going right at Patrick Ewing. No doubt about it.
Ewing with a foul and a technical. Oakley with a technical. McKee, the big-time move with the left hand, doesn't get it, but Smith does commit the infraction.
Well, McKee is going to be a main performer in this series. You can see that he can dribble the basketball. They need him to be aggressive and then to be courageous and continue to get to the front of the rim on his shots. Because You must break the Knicks down off the dribble to force them to rotate. Now, you can see in the first round against Orlando, he came to life at the expense of the Atlanta Hawks. But in this series, we said the Mason Smith matchup for him will be an interesting one.
He's a very mild-mannered young man. Came over, of course, from Seattle in the exchange with Detlef Schrempf. Starks gives it up to Oakley. Smith trying to post on Davis. Ewing, they can't thread the needle. Oakley keeps it alive.
Great hustle by the Oak man.
Harper dishes off. Smith from deep in the corners. And there are a lot of bodies flying around. Oakley putting a body on McKee. Here comes Harper. Nice pass inside. The Oak man can't get it. No whistle.
Now, Oakley thought he was fouled with the body that time. That was excellent defense, though.
Antonio Davis in and out. No good. Starks will come out with a rock.
Right now, neither team can get on the offensive board.
Starks, no. Rebound tipped around. Davis keeps it alive. Here comes Fleming with a playground basketball.
Now, this is Indiana's pace. They love this.
Miller for three. Reggie Miller has struggled from the arc in the last few games. Here we go. Knicks with the ball, trailing by 2. Pat Riley doesn't like what he sees. Going to call a timeout.
Well, you can see, I think it's an excellent timeout. He's not happy with the tempo of the game, and they are not getting on their offensive boards. We'd like to show you how Derek Harper opened up for a three. Now, here's Vern Fleming right here. See, he's concerned with this basketball, but he's also concerned that Patrick Ewing does not come in for a layup. Now, remember, his man is right here, Derek Harper. So all guards are taught, do not give up the layup. Now, when the ball goes back out, Vern Fleming is caught down inside. And once again, the guy who puts the dagger in your heart for the Knicks. It's not only Starks is a great three-point shooter, but during the course of the year, Harper was 73 for 203. He shot him at a 36% rate. So you know he will launch them.
Oh, he wasn't very long before Larry Brown went to Haywood Workman, the third-year pro out of Oral Roberts in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He checks in. Vern Fleming will sit down. One thing Indiana doesn't have offensively is that dribble penetrator, the guy that can cut through the defense.
Well, I thought Fleming did an excellent job playing.
Oakley from outside drops down 2.
Well, as every big forward knows in the league, that's Charles' shot. And the Knicks run him many times as a primary guy in that type of a situation.
Now Smith's left 3 of 3. The rest of the team is only 1 of 7.
See, they're going right at Ewing.
And we've got a whistle. Ewing picks up his second.
See, you like their game plan. They are not going to allow Patrick Ewing to sit around and be the double team man. See, now this is the 5th time that they have gone right at Patrick Ewing. Excellent head fake by Davis that time, Antonio Davis. Now, what a find this young man has been. Spent the last 3 years overseas. They gave him a 2-year guaranteed contract to get him to come back. They drafted him on the 2nd round out of UTEP 4 seasons ago. He has stepped in. He played in the rookie All-Star game. Now, you're talking about 6'9", 235, 240 pounds, who plays backup power forward or backup center for you.
Herb Williams had to come in. He'll be for Patrick Ewing. Ewing sits down with 2 personals. Davis makes good on both. Little pressure now put on by the Pacers.
Well, you like to see teams come down the floor against the Knicks because they're so set in their ways, it forces them to run precious seconds off the shot clock, and it will eliminate options.
Williams, the turnaround jumper, barely caught the rim.
They must continue to push, because they have the advantage.
Larry Brown says if they rebound well, they usually win. So far tonight, they're holding their own. But they turn it away, and one of the things he also said is they have to be careful with the basketball.
Well, you see, they're one of the major turnover people that we have in the league. You know, they're 3rd in the league in turnovers. But there was a perfect case. Don't throw the ball to a guy on the box until he calls for it.
Charles Smith backing his way in for his 4th point of the ball game, and you're tied up at 15 apiece.
That's Charles Smith's game. I mean, he loves that. When he was with the Clippers, he played big forward and center. He'll back you down, so you must run him and not let him catch the ball there.
I think Larry Brown was afraid that his team would get caught up in the emotion of this game, but they are keeping their poise right now.
Big thing is spacing.
Now working off the back of the glass. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Harper to Oakley.
Major issue for Indiana is spacing. When they trap you, you must have proper spacing away from the ball.
Reggie Miller can't get it. Big offensive rebound by Antonio Davis. First Knick lead.
Well, the Davis boys, both guys, great on the offensive boards.
Nice look inside by Antonio Davis to Dale Davis. He does draw the whistle.
Pat Riley made a great statement to us today, Ron, and that being they graded Indiana in their 2 series down there in Orlando and Atlanta. The Davis boys charted out at 80% of every miss that they go for that loose ball. That is an incredible stat. So they honestly feel that they are never out of an offensive rebound no matter where the ball is bouncing.
We're at a sold-out Madison Square Garden for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. We have played just about 8 minutes of quarter number 1. The Knicks lead it by 2 as Greg Anthony has just checked in. Derek Harper will take a rest. Davis misses them both. We have a whistle after the shot. But over the top.
A major minus in Dale Davis's game is the free throw shooting. He only shoots at 53%. But how about the fact that he almost recovered that missed foul?
That's right. Knicks a mirror image of Indiana. Both rely on the center and the 2 guard for scoring, and some timely scoring coming from the small forward. Starks running away from the double. Oakley with the right-handed hook, won't drop down. Rebound controlled by Davis. You're always safe saying Davis on the rebound with Indiana.
If they will continue to push the ball and look for transition or the fast break, it will be there all night.
Rebound, Davis again. Kick it back out to Davis.
Now Dale Davis is 6'11" with very long arms.
McKee tries to thread the needle inside. Antonio Davis draws the whistle, or Dale Davis draws the whistle in the foul.
In the early going, you're Larry Brown and his staff, you are really happy.
Oh, yeah.
Your front line, more than holding their own, they are banging the offensive board. The Davis boys are leading you, which New York continue to talk about. Now, here's this ball coming loose. Now, look at Dale Davis, stop on the inside with the long arms. He kicks the ball out, and they still get 2 more attempts before the foul. But this is the key, the foul line.
And he gets that one. Rebounds right now controlled by Indiana, especially on the offensive end.
Well, that's a healthy sign for you. And the total rebounds, 12-6 in favor of Indiana.
A foul by Williams on Williams. His first. Anthony Mason is checked into the lineup. Charles Smith will get a breather. We are knotted up at 17, 3:18 left in the first. Hubie Brown, Rob Phelan from Madison Square. Don Nelson and Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
That was a bad pass. Starks was open and the pass was behind him.
Anthony for 3.
He's been red hot. He is now 12 for 30 in the playoffs. 12 for 30. That is incredible three-point shooting.
Check that Journey's guest, of course, is Chuck Davis. Don Nelson out there. Rebound controlled by Anthony Mason, who dribbles it off the back of his foot. We saw it in the Chicago series, a little bit of showboating with the ball.
Well, that time, he was going behind his back, believe it or not, in traffic, and there was no place to go with that dribble.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
We'd like to show you how the three-pointer opened up. The basketball is here, and on the pass into the post, after one dribble, you're going to see the double team. Now, as the pass comes out to Anthony, we told you he is on fire. Now, they wait for the dribble. Once the dribble happens, here comes the double team. Now, once Anthony hits this, the point guards are now 2 for 3 on three-point shots. And they are making Indiana pay for leaving the point guard position.
How about that? Not 5:23 since Rick Smith started off the game 3 of 3, picked up 2 quick fouls. The rest of the Pacers just 1 of 11. And that has been a long time since they have scored a basket.
Well, Reggie Miller struggling right now. He's off to a slow start, 1 for 4.
New York's game plan defensively cut down the looks of Reggie Miller. Over the top, stepped out of bounds. Oakley, it belongs to Indiana with 13 to shoot.
See, that time they fronted the post. The pass went over the top, and the defender who was playing the guy in the painted area, Mason, came right over and got a piece of that.
Indiana still with 12.
That was a dangerous pass. I mean, I admit
a lot of white jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, they threw right into the grouping. Right now, Indiana is showing that they're not patient in the passing in this first quarter.
New York wants to push the shooters toward the ball, not necessarily deny him. Workman in and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Anthony Mason. He's going to take it up.
Antonio Davis got a piece of that to knock it off the board.
2:15 left in the first. The Knicks by 3.
High screen and roll. Oh, great steal.
Davis to Workman. 3 on 2. Miller was spotting up for a 3. They didn't see him. McKee lets it go from the arc. A little short to the left.
But he will release the three-point shot. You know, he likes to take them. He's attempted 15 during their 9 playoff games.
Inside of 145. Anthony to Starks wheeling around.
Yeah, that was a staggered screen for Starks.
Anthony will take the 3 way short. Rebound controlled by the blue jerseys. Indiana, a club record 47 wins this year.
Indiana's trying to reverse the ball every time they bring it up. Knicks are doing a great job on the opposite side of the floor, not allowing them to reverse it into the other corner.
New York's forced them down to 4 to shoot. Workman with 2 to shoot. Boy, they're so good at making you start your offense so far out, push it outside, and use the shot clock to their advantage.
Well, you know, the building right now nervous. They'd like to see the Knicks get going here and score some points. But Indiana, they are getting great looks at the basket.
Mason just barrels his way in. We have a whistle and a foul. That'll be on Derek McKee as Hubert Davis will come into the lineup. John Starks gets down.
You know, on that move, Ron, Mason made a quick movement right into the chest of Derek McKee. Derek McKee gambled and tried to get the shot before he got it up above his numbers.
That's the first on McKee. Also checking into the lineup for Indiana, Byron Scott. Scott, the 11th year pro out of Arizona, 3 rings under the tutelage of Pat Riley while with the Lakers. Anthony Mason has put on quite a game since the semis.
Well, you can see his numbers, especially in the Chicago series, just outstanding. And we told you, Smith and Mason, 16 points and 8 rebounds throughout the entire playoffs. This is major when you think about it, because they really do not go to that position, especially when Mason's on the court.
Indiana has 10 misses in a row. Inside, Dale Davis uses the glass to his advantage. He has his first field goal.
Well, I like what I'm seeing from the Indiana standpoint. They are getting excellent looks at the basket, high percentage shots, and their guys are working hard on the offensive boards.
They should have fresh legs. Haven't played since last Thursday. Mason with the reversal, another whistle, and another foul.
See, once again, the defender with Mason tries to get him from the rear. Now, Kenny Williams, you can see he's playing him. Now, just watch. You see, he's got him by the shirt, first of all. All right, now just watch as the movement is made. See, you cannot continue to grab. See, he grabs right there. Why grab? Make him shoot over the top of you and prove to you that he can score. Because Kenny Williams is a leaper. He can block shots.
Sam Mitchell, number 5, the 5th year pro out of Mercer, checks in. Dale Davis sits down. We talk about the benches. We saw how important the bench was for New York in the series with Chicago. How about these 2 benches? You need whistle, loose ball foul will go the other way. How about the 2 benches?
Yeah, right now, I think that Indiana must be careful. They must be careful of their offensive potential when they go to the benches. Who is going to be on the floor, and then to make sure that they can go to those people. and then emphasize that fact. Now, Byron Scott, naturally, with this group that's out there, is a primetime scorer.
Foul was on Oakley. That is his first. Miller and Smith sitting down. Smith hit his first 3 shots, but also picked up a couple of fouls. At the line, Antonio Davis. 3 for 3 tonight. Talk about his size. Told me before the game, I said, when I was doing the whack and you were at UTEP playing with Hardaway, Starks comes back in. Oakley's going to sit down as the Knicks go now to a 3-guard offense. You weren't that big. You said, you know, I put on 15, maybe 20 pounds overseas just lifting weights, upper body strength. But he said last year he realized he had to come back to the States and play basketball.
Well, you know, he put the 2 years in Greece, and then last year he was in Italy. But let's face it, they made it an enticing offer to get him to come back, and it was a great move by the Pacers and a terrific decision for the young man, because he's made it in this league now, and he's going to get nothing but bad.
Oh, yeah.
He is a worker.
1 second difference between a shot and a game. 3 to shoot. Anthony drains his second 3 of the ball game.
Well, you cannot allow the guys.
Then he steals it at the buzzer. Oh, he may have had one more dribble left in him, Huey.
Well, when people are making threes and they pick up their dribble, you cannot walk away from them whether you know how many seconds are on the clock or not. The point guards now have made 3 threes for the Knicks.
And at the end of 1 quarter, the Knicks lead at 26-20. Site, Statue of Liberty at sunset. The Knicks leading 26-20. These are 2 very good defensive teams in tonight's ball game.
Well, I think that Indiana has matured to the point that they feel that they can play defense with the Knicks. You can see the points given up, the field goal percentage, the rebounding margin is even better for Indiana at playoff time. And then the point differential. So you like what you see. Now that's Charles Oakley getting his ankle retaped right in here.
Well, what happened was evidently Charles tore the skin under his foot. It's an old recurring injury, so trainer Mike Saunders is going to tape that up, and also the ankle, and he'll be back in action. He is a warrior. He always told me, he said, you know, I never let on when I'm hurt. I don't want the opponent having the advantage. Indiana jumped out to a 9-0 lead, but it has been the Knicks since then. Ewing inside, playing with a couple of personal fouls, doesn't get it to go.
Well, Ewing was not appreciative of the fact that he didn't get the call that time. He thought that the double team guy undercut him.
From the corner, Sam Mitchell.
Now they need Mitchell or Kenny Williams now with the second unit to show some offensive talent.
Mitchell only averaging 1.4 in the playoffs so far. This is Davis. Won game 5 versus the Bulls with a couple of timely free throws. Ewing with 6 to shoot. Has it knocked away again. Nice defensive effort by the Pacers.
Oh, man, yeah, 5 on 3.
Inside, Mitchell slashing to the hole.
See, that's what you love to see. It is there for them. And they have got to recognize that. The Knicks do not want to play at that tempo. And the Knicks are slow getting back in these playoffs.
Mason just took a forearm right in the head by Kenny Williams.
Oh, he sure did. He nailed Mason. And that's quite unusual. I think for people who follow the playoffs, it's usually the opposite way.
Oh,
You're going to see right down here, Kenny Williams really lays one on Mason. Now keep an eye on it. See, he's fronting him down in there, and he just popped Mason. Anytime you can move Mason at 6'8" and 250 pounds, you know that the guy's got some upper body strength.
And all he has on the side of his head tonight is pound. Drop the dog. Smith back into the lineup. Herb Williams sits down. Ewing from the outside. Nothing but the bottom of the net. His first field goal.
That was an excellent dribble by Mason. He accepted the double team and then found Ewing.
Ewing trying to keep up with Antonio Davis. Williams pops up outside. The high bounce. Davis trying to keep it alive, but the Knicks have the basketball.
I'd like to show you Mason off the dribble. See, he likes the reverse. See how he dropped that leg? Takes the double team and then kicks out to Patrick. Patrick's murder anytime that he is facing from 15 out now past the three-point line.
Right. Anthony on Fleming is coming for Workman. Well,
you know that Workman is hurting with that arch injury.
Ewing with the jam. Mitchell couldn't cover up in time.
Antonio Davis looked right at Jake O'Donnell. He wanted the offensive foul because he honestly felt that Patrick Ewing moved him out.
Larry Brown says if we have to grind it out offensively, we will not win the ball game. Scott, the veteran from the outside, won't go. Here comes Mason. Anthony spotting up on the left. Lets it ride for three.
The defender was right there and allowed him to take the shot. Now, he has made three. You know that. You must go at Anthony and force him to dribble the ball because you know that he very seldom will take it all the way and finish the play. We'd like to show you the Ewing play. Now, watch what happens, see? Now, Ewing has his left arm wrapped around. Now, there's your hit right there. See, Antonio Davis wants that. Now, at Indiana, that might have been an offensive foul. Not here. Now, there is it. See, now, Vern stops. No, you've got to go right at him and chase him inside the line. Right now, second unit, 12-7 in favor of the Knicks. And we told you, you must get out in transition. Now, here you have a 5-on-3 break. Now, we'd like to show you right there, you have your outside people running the lanes, and then here comes your trailer who is beating his man. The old story of numbers and then understanding where the trailer is.
Biggest lead for the Knicks. It is at 9. 9:22 left. The Knicks now 4 of 6 from the arc.
This is a good move. Getting Smith back in here now, and then he shoots an air ball.
He shoots an air ball.
Yeah, but the idea is, I think Larry is saying, I can't be worrying about fouls right now. I've got to get some offense.
Davis, that's a 2, nails it.
Pat Riley says, my offense is smoking with the second unit.
So much for emotional letdowns, but the Knicks have a tendency of letting teams back in a basketball game.
Well, the only reason why the Knicks are, high on the hog right now is Indiana's inability to shoot the basketball with any type of consistency.
Knicks on a 9-0 run. Scott with 4 to shoot. Offensive foul, Byron Scott.
Oh, that's a tough call. That's a very tough call for Byron. From our angle at half court, it looked like he got his shoulder ahead and then went up for the shot. Now, the referee on our side of the floor who made it felt that it was an offensive foul.
Only once has a team scored 90 or better here in the Garden during the playoffs. 91 is the high. Davis with the drive to the lane. The wrap on him was he wouldn't do that. Done it.
Second unit guards are doing a terrific job. Anthony and Hubert Davis, give them the credit.
13 points between those two. Scott is tripped from behind. That's going to be on Greg Anthony. That's only the first team foul. And Derek McKee comes back in. Kenny Williams sits down. Reggie Miller still on the bench. He only took 4 shots. He missed 3.
Well, in 4 minutes, you're outscored 11-4. So you know your defense isn't doing it. And then your offense, you really are not getting good looks because nobody's getting fouled.
Smith with a quick shot, exactly what they want him to do. He's now 4 of 5 from the floor.
The old way of stopping the big runs against you is that if you have any kind of an inside game, you're going to get fouled and you're going to get on the foul line.
Mason in traffic, kicks it back out. Anthony's already hit 3, doesn't get it. The Knicks now 4 of 7 from the arc, their second highest 3-point percentage in club history during the regular season. McKee. Mason comes out to greet him.
The Knicks are doing a nice job in not allowing them to reverse the ball and make clean passes.
3 to shoot. Fleming has to look up, loses the handle. It'll be a shot clock violation anyway. Let's see if they give it to Indiana and put 1 second on the clock. Yeah, they will. They'll put 1 second on the shot clock.
Give the Knicks a lot of credit. They are doing a terrific defensive positioning job. They're not getting beaten off the dribble like they did in the early first quarter. Right now, they're forcing to stay perimeter, and they're not allowing them to reverse the ball.
That's a 3, won't go. That'll be a 24-second violation as Pat Riley comes over the ball on the good catch. 7:12 left in the first half. The Knicks lead it by 11. They led by 6 at the end of one. Pat Riley, 12 seasons, 12 50-win seasons, 12 first-place finishes. Ewing lost the handle. Indiana with the ball.
I'm impressed with Patrick tonight when Smits is playing. As soon as he's catching, he's making the quick move. He has left Smits standing at the gate now, 3 for 3.
Now Smith's going to post up low. Get over to Scott. The catch-and-shoot jumper won't go. Ewing with the rebound. That is his fourth.
On every down screen, whether it's Scott or Reggie Miller, they are forcing the shots.
Ewing from 17.
The difference at the Knick end, they're making every perimeter shot. At the Indiana end, the ball goes in the rim, around, and out.
It goes about halfway down.
Plus a couple of air balls. Oh, bad pass.
Oh, bad pass. Too high up to make that pass. Ewing runs the floor. Davis splits the defense. Smith with the rebound. Outlets it to Fleming. McKeon Mason. Wheels and deals and doesn't get it. Smith with the rebound. Can't get the putback. No elevation.
The hustle was there, though. He was right on it.
Oakley hurts the backboard. Right to Ewing. Good pass, Charles.
Listen, we have seen more air here tonight than I have seen since the playoffs began combined.
I'm not going to argue that. To Ewing. Over Smith. Nothing but net.
This is like playing down the park. There's no one around you. You tee it up. It's like putting it on a tripod and shooting it. There's no pressure.
None.
At the other end of the floor, any jump shot, the Knicks have a hand right in the face of the shooter.
Ewing the rebound. Ewing has hit his last 4 shots. He has 10 for the game.
Oh,
Anthony for 3. That's a flat shot. Gets his own board.
you know what? I think he's tired from watching threes.
Mason, flick of the wrist.
Another air.
Ewing.
I mean, you got to admit, this is incredible.
This is yeah.
Now, we are seeing so many air balls.
A 17-2 run.
With 4:47 to go and 43 points, the Knicks think it should be halftime. Now there's a quick shot off balance. You can see the Knicks right up there, and they're leaving another wide open inside the paint. Now here's a pass to Ewing. No competition. See, nobody up challenging the shot. Now watch. See, Smits is late here, getting to Ewing. Ewing has scored 10 points in this quarter, and he's made his last 5 shots.
Well, it's Ewing time right now with 12 points, and right now the Garden at Madison Square has become Indiana's Temple of Doom.
Well, right now Indiana's struggling not only in their shooting, but they're also being out-rebounded 8-4. And if you notice, they are not getting any second shot attempts.
Reggie Miller, Haywood Workman checking into the lineup. Reggie Miller only 1 of 4. Smith. There's the quick shot over Ewing, and he gets it to go.
Well, Patrick got a piece of that one. Indiana gets a lucky bounce. But that's why I say, if you keep going to Smits down inside, good things will happen for you.
Starks, met by Miller. Patrick with the quick move.
Well, if they're going to continue to play him on the baseline side, then somebody's got to help off the dribble, because he can go by Smits at will.
Good defense by John Starks on Reggie Miller. Workman back down low, right back. Workman looked at the 3. Whistle, ball belongs to Indiana with 6 now.
Workman just passed up 2 wide open shots, Ron. He's got to shoot the ball.
We're at the Garden in New York, where the New York Knicks have a comfortable, for the moment, 17-point lead. Indiana, great play to Reggie Miller, cutting right inside.
Well, that was a nice hesitation move. Earlier, they tried the same play, and they forced the pass. That time, Reggie took his time, and when he went through there, the center emptied out. That's why he was wide open.
We're looking for a cutting. Charles Smith, he backs off. There's Oakley in the paint. Allowed him to just plant himself inside the blue.
Well, if you're not going to double-team Ewing, then you cannot allow your player to come to the ball. I mean, that's a no-no. I mean, if he beats you there when you double team, well, that's team rotation basketball.
Nope, we had some time in the paint. Nice look. Reggie Miller inside. Dale Davis with the two. The lead is 15, nearing the 3-minute mark of the second.
Well, since they've gone back to their first unit, Indiana, they are looking much smoother. There's better ball movement, and they're getting higher percentage shots. Nice pass.
Nice pass. Ewing has it slapped away. Indiana wants with the ball. Ewing wanted the foul.
They need a score right here.
Davis with the finger roll.
Now that was pretty, because if he was not a great athlete, that could have been a charge. Right? That defender was right there.
Ewing can't complain too loudly. He's playing with a technical already assist early in the first quarter. Loses the handle, but it goes to Smith, who buries the jumper.
See, now Dale Davis, Derek McKee never even challenged that shot. And I think when Larry Brown goes in at halftime, that's the difference here. If we're going to be a great defensive team in the series, you've got to get up and challenge people.
Well, McKee had Smith underneath, didn't see him. Oh! Showtime, folks, and he missed the dunk! John Starks, of course, coming off the knee surgery, didn't get the elevation.
Yeah, but we had a little mustard on the back wraparound, and then he tried to do a 360.
And Rick Smith makes him pay. He has 12 for the ball game, the lead down to 13. And Pat Riley gives John Starks a whack on the back, saying forget about it.
Now on the fast break, keep an eye on the Oak man. That's the only defender. A little. Now watch this. He's going to do a little. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not up high enough. And remember, we said just 2 months ago he was operated on, but the extension has been there.
The NBA playoff.
John Starks shooting only 39% from the floor. Could have had an easy one here. The lift just wasn't there. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game, and Budweiser will donate $1,000 in his behalf to the United Negro College Fund.
Now, is this an omen that we're seeing here tonight? They're down right now by 13. When they defeated Orlando, they were down 17 in game 1. They were down 12 against Atlanta in game 1. Came back and won both games.
They have stolen both road games to open a series in Atlanta and Orlando. Now Ewing trying to post on Antonio Davis. The lob, good pass by Starks. The tip by Charles Oakley.
Well, when you double team big man on the other side of the floor, it's 2 white shirts versus a navy blue.
Maybe we talked about Derek McKee needing to step up. He has only 1 point tonight. The forwards only 12 points for the Pacers. They're cutting McKee, can't get it to go. We have a whistle, and that's going to be a charging foul on Derek McKee. Well, coming up at halftime, your Reebok halftime reporter Ernie Johnson in Atlanta with New Jersey Nets head coach and Hall of Famer Chuck Daly. They'll update the Houston-Utah series, plus an interview with Hakeem Olajuwon, this year's MVP. And congratulations to Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. He is management now.
Not only management, but a 10% owner of the team.
Knicks turn the ball over, leading by 15 inside of a minute.
Now, right now, we have Ewing with 14 points, Smits with 12, and think of all of the time that Smits has sat out.
10 to shoot. Starks may have gotten a piece of it, and they're going to call it.
Well, they're lucky on that one. And it was silly for Starks to foul because he had him squared off, and the shot clock was going down. You get the foul. And they're going to take that one on the side because it's the Knicks' 4th foul.
Ewing will sit down. Anthony Mason comes in, so Patrick's sitting down the final 38.4 of the half. McKee. Oakley went down. No look pass by McKee inside. Davis can't get it to go. The tip won't go. Last touch by Indiana, says Jake O'Donnell.
All you have to do as an Indiana coach is cut out all of the shots missed inside the paint. And then at the other end of the floor, no challenging the shooters.
Well, they just changed the call, says Jake, so we'll move the other way. It'll be Indiana's basketball. Pat Riley doesn't like it. 3-second difference between the shot and the game. Make that a 14-second difference between the shot and the game.
Well, you always like to see referees, when they know that it was a bad call, they get together, they talk it over, and they change the call.
And there's one of the best.
Now keep an eye right here. Now that ball was knocked out from Mason right out of the hand of Antonio Davis.
How they even saw that's remarkable. Byron Scott wants to come in. He does.
Well, they're looking for some perimeter shooting right now. So they have Scott and Reggie Miller in the game. Reggie Miller will run at the small forward position.
Now they change the shot clock again. They're giving Indiana a new 24. So there's a 3-second difference as Greg Anthony comes in. And let's see who he comes in for. It'll be Charles Smith. Yep, Smith will sit down.
Well, right now they're just trying to match up here. They're trying to put quickness on quickness. Indiana with 3 guards in the game.
On top, Haywood Workman. Played 1 year in Washington, overseas. And overseas. 10 to shoot. Whistle, that'll be on Starks, grabbing Reggie Miller from behind. And Starks picks up 2 quick ones here in the second.
Anytime that you're playing guys coming off those down screens, as long as it's a single, if you follow right behind the man, you're never going to have to get screened. But that time, Starks was so far behind him, he reached out and grabbed. That was an excellent call.
Reggie Miller only 6 points in the ball game. 4 of those coming in the first. Talked about how he was good during the regular season from the line, struggled during the playoffs. Now the only member of Dream Team 2 still playing in the playoffs. Reggie Miller gets the second. The lead is 14 with inside of 10 left in the half.
Oh, look out here now. Look out.
Mason, Oakley uses the body, doesn't get it. Starks trying to dunk it and Kenny.
Yeah, listen, anytime you trap in the back court and then you re-trap again, the Knicks are beating you off the dribble. They're just splitting the trap. They have all kinds of numbers here. Just watch this. Now, there's the split of the trap. You have any one of 3 guys you could go to right there.
Oakley 10 points, 5 rebounds. Game 7 Sunday. Everybody talked about how Patrick Ewing played. Huey, this is the guy that made the difference.
Well, how about the 17 points and the 20 rebounds? Once again, Ewing was out the entire first half. And then in the New Jersey series, when he had to step up, when Ewing was thrown out of the game, all he did that night was get 25 points and 24 rebounds.
Oak rolls the second one around. He has 12 for the ball game. The 9th-year pro out of Virginia Union. Pressure put on by the Knicks.
Oh, you have time here now to get a good shot. Oh,
and they take it away with 1 second left. Harper won't be able to get it off. After leading by 6 at the end of 1, Patrick Ewing comes alive with 12 points in the quarter, 14 for the ball game, only missed 3 shots. And an intermission. The Knicks lead by 16. Stay with us. Reebok halftime report is next.
Can blow right by Rick Smith. There's the 37% shooting versus 50. The 3% shooting, the Knicks 4 for 9. And we told you, Indiana #1 in the league in threes. Reggie Miller struggling a little bit here. But that's usually a good sign anytime he only has 5 shots. And then Rick Smith did all of that in 11 minutes. 12 points.
Smith with 6 field goals. The rest of the team with 7 as Haywood Workman gets the start for the second half for Indiana. Ewing, this time he's swarmed by blue jerseys. Oakley just trying to wrap around Dale Davis. Here comes Miller on John Starks with the right hand.
That was pretty. Always try to cross over or reverse dribble. You'll catch that defender on your back, and that's exactly what happened there.
Workman on Harper.
In the playoffs, Indiana has been an excellent second half team. An excellent second half team. So you just can't count them out.
Last touch by Indiana's Reggie Miller, so the Knicks will have it with 13 to shoot. Starks from the backside. There he is. Pulls the trigger. Smith with the rebound. That is only his 5th.
John Starks struggling. He's 0 for 4 in this game, and he played 16 minutes in that first half.
Shooting a missed dunk. Smith's been shooting quickly with the left hand over Ewing.
Tell me he's not a threat in this series.
You think the guy's 7'4", he can shoot over Patrick Ewing.
He has 14 points, and he has not even played 13 minutes.
He was number 8 in the NBA in field goal percentage this year. Oakley from deep in the corner will go. Ewing can't get the tip.
Remember, we keep telling you in this series, New York will always let you back. That's the way they play. Unfortunately for them, they play in peaks and valleys.
Sometimes they find it extremely difficult to score points. Smith this time holding the ball a little bit longer. Ewing picking up foul number 3.
Now remember the strategy. Larry Brown, go into Smith. We are going to force Ewing to play defense. We're not going to allow him to be the double teamer. Now here, this is a very nice move. See, he has that little baby hook shot. He will not always just turn and take that jump shot in your face. So when you play him, you really have to be prepared to get up and challenge the shot.
Rick Smith has problems on the road here.
Oh, no, this is big. Only 11 throughout the playoffs versus 22 at home. Rebounding down and the field goal percentage down. But you know what? Take that card, rip it up, because tonight he is doing it.
Yeah, no problems tonight for Rick Smith. He checks in with 15 points. The lead has been cut to 11. Knicks trying to stop a 5-0 run by the Pacers. Ewing the spin move. Gets his own rebound. Whistle. That is going to be a loose ball foul.
Now the sad thing about that, when Patrick Ewing shot the ball, Rick Smith never blocked him out. Never blocked him out, allowed him to come right around and get the ball. Now watch what happens here. The shot goes up. Rick never blocks him out. Patrick comes right down on the inside.
Foul was on Davis, his second. Ball belongs to the Knicks. 19 to shoot.
We told you in that first half about Patrick Ewing. 6 for 9 shooting, 14 points, 7 rebounds, but 5 turnovers.
Starks launches one from the arc. A little bit short. Rebound controlled by Haywood Woodford. From day 1 of training camp, Larry Brown has been telling this team they can win. Oh, baby. Charles Oakley. That's going to be a flagrant foul, I think.
Flagrant foul. 2 shots and the ball. A flagrant run call. Pat not happy with it, but it is definitely a good call. Look at this. Look at this. Wow.
Right from behind.
Now, come on now. The Oak man is not the straw man. Right?
Smits is not exactly built like Charles Oakley. Smits it for 7'4" is only 265 pounds.
In that first half, Indiana, 37% shooting, 12 turnovers, and they missed 5 foul shots.
And now he'll be there within 9.
They did it all in less than 2 minutes and 15 seconds. They're more energized at the defensive end of the floor. Now the big thing naturally is going to be, can they sustain it?
New York yet to score in this quarter.
Oh man, you can't go away from the man. You just can't go away from him. You see, Workman went away from him for no reason.
Workman stops, pulls the trigger, the ball goes high off the top of the backboard. Knicks will have it, trying to stop a 7-0 run by the Pacers.
The old story, man. The centers can't pass the ball to themselves. And you got to give them a chance to work and get position. But don't go away from a man who is hot just because you want to have ball movement.
Knicks have missed their first 5 shots here in the quarter. Smith gets position on McKee. Dale Davis comes over to help. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound loose on the floor. Oakley, count it.
Now that was all Oakley. Oakley kept that first one alive with 3 blue shirts on the inside. This is the guy. Oh, great play by the Oak.
And he gives it up to Starks. He gives it back to Oakley. He stays on his seat, but gives it up to Ewing.
Beautiful anticipation that time by Oakley.
Whistle. Smith stepped out. Let's look at Charles Oakley.
Yeah, I like what Smith did that time. He timed that lob pass. Now keep an eye on this. Now there it is right now. Now Smith, he forces it up. There's the Oak. Keeps it alive. Ball gets on the floor. How about this in traffic?
His college coach, Charles Oakley, says he never took his eyes off the ball in college. Great job trying to keep it alive. Oakley goes into the photographers. Here comes McKee. Miller spots up.
They have an advantage here. Oakley is still coming down.
Ewing with the rejection. Smith can't pick up the hammer. Starks lost it. Jake O'Donnell said ball belongs to New York.
Indiana just got out hustled that time.
Oh, yeah.
Oakley fell hard into the stanchion down at the other end of the floor. Never crossed half court. You had a big advantage that time. But once again, you take the ball into the crowd, you can't find who the advantage is.
That's right. Inside, Harper. Foul on the play. He goes in hard to the photographers. No foul. Nope, just lost the handle of it.
Now keep an eye on this now. He's going strong right in. Rick Smith ripped that ball right out of his hand. Out of bounds. Harper thought he was fouled. Oh boy, he just popped. He just popped Workman underneath Harper.
Working around to Starks from 16.
I think Starks is better when two guys play.
And when he's falling away. That's his first field goal of the basketball game. The lead back up to 13 inside of 8 minutes. Oakley fell down. Indiana trying to take advantage of it. No, says referee Bill Oates.
Well, they had a foul.
Let's see if that's going to be on Oakley. That is Oakley's third personal. So Ewing with 3, Oakley with 3.
Well, you can see that the referees are not allowing any banging around here. No incidental contact. Now, at this end here, right now, watch Stark shoot right up in between the center and also his man.
Harper bellying up. Smith. The double by Harper. He turns away from it. Ooh. The right hook to go. Smith. Put an arm up on side of Derek McKee, but it is a out of bounds, goes to Indiana.
I'll tell you, Smith has great hands. He has a beautiful release, and he's got multiple moves. Very difficult to defend.
Reggie Miller falling away.
That's the guy that must get going if they're going to win this game.
Derek McKee whistle for the foul. That is his third personal.
See, not only is Reggie not in the mix, Ron, but he's not in the mix to even make a catch and have a clear look, never mind a shot.
Knicks lead by 13 inside of 7.5 of the third quarter remaining. We have 3 more games left on TNT's schedule for the 1993-94 season. We kick it off tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Doug Collins and Bob Neal will bring you game 2 of Utah and Houston from the Summit in Houston. And we'll be back here Thursday night for Indiana and New York. And then we wrap our schedule up this coming Friday with game 3, Houston at Utah. Bob and Doug will be out west for that ball game. Gibby, we talked about Reggie Miller not getting the good looks. That was part of Pat Riley's plan, is to take away the looks. He has taken away the majority of them tonight.
Well, it's very difficult because Reggie expends so much energy freeing himself up. But tonight, either the screens aren't there or give Starks and Davis their due because he doesn't have the shot attempts.
After the Oakley offensive rebound, we have a whistle and a foul. That'll be on Reggie Miller, his first. So Miller only 3 of 7 for 9 points from the floor, picking up foul number 1. Harper lost it, regains it. Workman staying with him. Ewing with the right hand. They let him get in too deep.
Well, they're trying to stay at home now with the point guards. So Smith is on his own right now. Anytime Ewing posts up.
A 6-0 run for New York after Indiana cut it to 9, and Reggie Miller with the acrobatic shot, only his second field goal of the quarter.
See, he heard you talking about it.
Let it go, let it go. Crashed him, and he heard it. Ball belongs to New York. 6:36 left in the third.
Now just watch on the baseline right down in here. Reggie Miller comes up in here. Starks is chasing. This is a terrific move, and how about this fade shot over the top of Oakley?
Now Ewing sets the pick on Starks. Ewing from the corner. The high bounce, the double bounce. Here comes Workman. He has Miller on the left.
Look through your post up. Smith should have taken Oakley right into the post that time.
Smith's a lot of dribbling. He has to give it up. He repositions himself on the right block. McKee on Smith. 6 to shoot. Workman pulling the trigger.
At halftime, Workman was 0 for 3, and Derek McKee 0 for 5.
Talk about McKee having to step up. Ewing can't get it. Oakley, no. Smith's the outlet to Miller.
Great hustle by Dale Davis that time, knocking that one out, keeping it loose.
John Starks is Reggie Miller's shadow tonight. Miller broke away from the back. Starks was step for step. A lob pass. Oakley covers up, but they do draw the foul.
I thought the Knicks did a terrific job. See, right now, the offensive player away from the side where the Knicks are fronting. His man is coming across and almost intercepting the lob pass every time they lob over the top. That guy has got to clear out and come up high so his defender cannot stay there and be a possible interceptor.
The numbers on Smith. He adds one more to that. That foul, by the way, was on Charles Smith. Bert Fleming comes in. Haywood Workman sits down.
Now, I'd like to show you the lob right there. Now, watch where the defender comes from. You see where he is? And his man is picked up on the rotation.
Rick Smith, who had 2 great playing periods in February, then he got hurt, and then in April. The lead is 11.
Oh, up and down.
Got caught walking.
Yes, indeed. The old story. Never leave the floor unless you're going to shoot the basketball. Because if they cut off your passing lanes, you're going to land and have a turnover.
Now the Pacers with a chance to cut it back down to 9, possibly 8.
This is big now. They're going to play 3 guys high, so this is 2-man basketball with McKee.
Illegal defense on the Knicks. Pulled them right in where they wanted them. That's the first illegal D of the ball game.
Well, you know, the story is that you're not allowed to double team a guy until the ball is caught in the post-up area. But you are allowed 2.9 seconds, that mystery 0.9, to get to the guy and then get back. But they look like they were all going for the double team. Yeah, Pat Riley was upset. Now they're the same thing. Screen and roll here with McKee and Fleming.
Smith's way outside, Fleming way up top.
You got to roll, big fella. Roll to the box.
Smith wheels it around to Miller. McKee posting up with 6 to shoot. Miller pulling the trigger. Rebound. Smith had a chance. Mason came down with it. Oakley took a shot to the head.
Yeah, Dale Davis put him on the floor. But I'll tell you, Reggie forced that one.
Whistle and a foul. That'll be on Derek McKee. That'll be his 4th personal foul. So you knew we talked about how important he is. He's got the big goose egg as far as field goals, and he also has 4 fouls now.
Now Kenny Williams is coming in here. You know, he was a Prop 8 player. He signed at University of North Carolina, went to junior college in Kansas, and from there sat out a year at Elizabeth City State, and then was drafted into the NBA. Now he's been in here now 3 years. He has a ton of talent. He is a young man.
He's only 24 years old. Here's Dale Davis.
Oh,
He tripped and he fell.
Oh, what a bad break. What a bad break.
Just tripped over the line. Ewing from 15. Oakley inside. Doesn't get the roll.
The Oakley put Kenny Williams down on the floor in order to get that offensive rebound. And you know, anytime that you have an advantage out in the open floor, you must score. See, right now you have a 2-on-1 situation. Unfortunately for Dale, he falls on the floor.
Kenny Williams picks up his 3rd. First team all defense for Charles Oakley this year. The first Knick to make the first team all defense since Michael Ray Richardson back in 80-81. Now in the first quarter, the offensive boards, the Pacers had it by 3, but since then they have only garnered 1.
How about the Knicks with 10 since that period of time? The Knicks have really come to life. That's why we said in the lead-in to this game, can the forwards keep the Knicks, meaning Oakley, Smith, and Mason, the offensive boards? That's going to be the key to this entire series.
Oakley with 16. He's averaging just a shade under 14 for the playoffs. Fleming getting tied up. Good job by Harper. 9 to shoot. Yet out of sync. Smith's from the baseline. Williams returns it.
Indiana must continue to work. Look out for Ewing. Yeah, that Starks didn't want to force that one.
Ewing with the left hand doesn't get it.
When have you seen Patrick this active? I'm serious.
He's being a lot quicker than he was in the Chicago series. As soon as he gets the ball, he's making his move. He's not holding it.
Sure. See, now just watch what happens. Every time he catches it, note, he is going strong. And the thing that I'm liking about it is he is not going away from the bench. He is taking it right to the front of the rim for the baby hook. No fall-away jump shots.
He's perfect from the line. 17 points. Reggie Miller on the bench. Miller with 4 points here in the second half, 11 for the ball game. Anthony comes in. Derek Harper sits down. Smits joins him also on the bench.
In the first half, when they came with the second unit, Indiana, we made a statement. They must watch out who they are going to go to. They went 2 for 10 in that period. Right now, Anthony really hurt his arm. He's hurt his left arm.
He's just hanging there. Not lifting him inside. Dale Davis. Let's see if Anthony's going to be all right.
Yeah, let's see if he can dribble here. Yep. Maybe it was just a shot on the funny bone. Yeah, I think so, because he looks like he's dribbling the ball right. They're bringing Mason to the ball.
Kenny Williams trying to front him. Antonio Davis fronting Ewing with 6 to shoot. Starks dribbling right in the pack of blue jersey. Scott, they didn't buy the fake. Rebound Mason. The putback. The foul on Williams.
That's your test. Now in Chicago, Chicago did a great job against Smith and Mason in Chicago. But in New York, Smith and Mason dominated. They had big-time numbers, and they're putting them together very slowly here again this evening.
Mason all 3 points from the line. Kenny Williams, by the way, that was his 4th personal foul. Hubert Davis checks into the lineup with 4 points. John Starks sits down with only a pair.
Yeah, but he is worth his weight in gold at the defensive end of the floor tonight in his matchup with Reggie Miller.
Mason 5 for 5.
Oh, boy.
Boosted back to 13.
They have an advantage here now. Somebody's wide open.
It's Scott.
See, that's too bad that couldn't have been a catch and a shot.
Byron Scott gets the shooter's roll. His first field goal of the ball game. Lead at 11. Whistle. Foul. And we've got a timeout. 2:39 left in the third. The Knicks by 11.
Now keep an eye on this back screen as Anthony gets popped right here. Now you're going to see him. He takes the blow in the muscle and in the shoulder area. Now on the bench, you can see he's having a little problem with it, but it's not stopping him from getting full extension on the dribble.
That foul, by the way, was on Fleming, his second 15th foul. There's the Davis and Anthony combination.
Well, you can see they've already matched their production in the playoffs. The big thing tonight was the explosion of the three-point shooting.
Anthony was 6 in the first, 3 in the second, all from threes.
Now in the third quarter, the Knicks are only 3 for 15, shooting 20%. And at halftime, they shot a very high for them, 50%. But then again, the offensive board. New York, 7 this quarter. 7 offensive boards.
It's not like Rick Smits and Reggie Miller haven't gotten looks at the basket. With New York not shooting well, it's a perfect opportunity for them to take advantage of it, but they haven't been able to.
Anthony is excellent, and so is Harper in hounding the point guard in the backcourt.
Anthony came into the league 3 years ago. He said, my forte is defense.
Well, if you notice, they don't beat them off the dribble and get into the paint.
That was the ticket to John Starks in this league. That's going to be a pushing foul called on the Knicks. That'll be on Anthony.
Well, they'll be shooting a penalty right now. Now, keep an eye right here. Oakley trying to front Davis. Now, that time, anytime that you're trying to get position, you cannot get down that low. I mean, the referees, I think, are turning their heads on these two guys.
I think so. They're not going to hurt anybody. Just leave alone.
Yeah, right.
Coming out 3 for 3. Smits comes back in, and Dale Davis going to take a much-needed rest after that battle.
Oakley said, I have a great deal of respect for the Davis boys because they play hard. There are no cheap fouls. All they do is they work, they chase the ball all night long. So you know you're in for a battle the entire 48 minutes.
He gets them both, cutting the lead down to 10 with 2:10 left to be played in the third. Herb Williams set to check in. That ball never had a chance.
Mason must kick and look up now. Look up.
Fleming with a little daylight. Fleming, the 10th-year pro out of Georgia.
Vern with a little behind the back. Okay. We told you, though, he's a big-time scorer. Always has been. Scored a ton of points at Indiana. Averaged over 13 throughout his career. And the key is he always shoots over 50%.
Closest Indiana has come since the second quarter. Mason Scott picks him up over the outstretched hands of Williams as the shot clock goes off.
Oh, there's your advantage. You got an advantage here now.
Scott pulls the trigger, buries the jumper, and we have a foul on Hubert Davis.
Oh, Hubert is down on himself. So he was right up on that shot. Byron stops on a dime and released that shot. We'd like to give you Vern Fleming in movement. Now, just keep an eye here. Now, see, boom, behind his back. It wasn't clean, but he still was able to finish. And that's what you love about Vern's game. Now, right here, Byron makes the catch. Boom, no dribble needed. Right up in Hubert Davis's face.
Knicks 18% in the quarter. They let you back in. And he completes the three-point play. Byron Scott, more playoff games than the rest of the Pacers combined. Help Indiana on a 9-1 run. The lead is 5. Oakley.
I think that Indiana will correct this as this series moves on. When you run out at an Oakley, you run right into his chest, force him to dribble a basketball because he's not going to take it to the hole. And all he'll do is pass the basket. You cannot run and stop and let him shoot.
Mason the rebound, takes it away from Oakley. Larry Brown even said that Charles Oakley's the key. We have to be aware of him at all times. Anthony directing traffic, Fleming on him.
Well, they want Mason on a guard across screen. See, that opens him up at the top again.
Doesn't get it. Smith had it, lost it, but Indiana gets possession.
Well, they caught a break that time. That bounced off of Mason's back.
The lead is 7 inside of 30 seconds of the third.
Well, Vern Fleming, for an old time, has done a nice job here tonight. Really moved the ball well. There's a good call down on the baseline. Mason came across, guarding his man, and then popped Smits as he was trying to swing in to post up on the left side of the lane.
That'll send Smits to the line.
See, they're staying with their game. Keep an eye right underneath here now. Now watch, boom, there's your hit as Smits tries to straighten up. Big thing for Indiana, make your foul shots.
You heard you.
Well, we said at halftime, Ron, that the problems were not insurmountable. I mean, they're easy problems. They were getting good looks. They were missing foul shots. Now they've corrected both of those. The second unit was 2 for 10. The second unit came in here now and has done a very, very good job. So you know that it wasn't something out of the woods.
New York sends in 3 guards with Starks, Anthony, and Davis. Smits gets them both. That is Workman working on Anthony. Shot clock has been turned off here in the third. The lead is 5. 5 to shoot.
Oh, you've got to get back to your man.
Mason, oh, the big-time slam.
See, Antonio Davis left his man, and that forced Smits to go for that rotation. Now, Larry Brown was really upset because the rotation was late, and that allowed Mason to take him off the dribble.
But it was a good quarter for Larry Brown and company. They cut the lead down to 7. We have 12 minutes left to be played. The 16-point halftime deficit has been cut down to 7 thanks to a 26-17 lead. But Hubie, we've got the fourth quarter coming, and who owns it?
Well, right there, you can see the
New York Knicks have been incredible. The Nets averaged 19 at 26% shooting. The Bulls 16 with 35%. Playoff average 17, 32%. But here's the big stat. Only one quarter have they given up more than 20 points. That was in Game 4. New Jersey scored 31. Now, Pat Riley, very concerned because his team is in a shooting funk in the second half. 5 for 20, only 25% in that third quarter.
Indiana at least has allowed themselves to be put in a position where they can win this basketball game, but shots like that won't help you.
Now you have to be aware of the shot clock now because you're now inside of 10 seconds. That was an air ball.
Time to shoot. Workman. Mitchell will try it again. This time he hits nothing but net.
Hey, 1 for 2, 50%. I don't want to hear about air. When I'm shooting 50%, don't give me air.
That's shooter's mentality, right?
That's right.
The lead is 5. Crowd yelling his troops on.
We told you all throughout the playoffs in the second half of the season, Indiana has been an excellent second half team, and you're seeing it here this evening.
Anthony won't go. Smith can't get it. Smith has it. They have a chance to cut it to 3 or more.
If they'll just take the ball wide once in a while and look for Smith because he continues to be ahead of Patrick coming down the floor.
This time he got in a big collision, clogged up the lane, and Indiana throws it away. 10:56 left to be played in game number 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals of the Pacers and the Knicks. The Pacers have come back from a big deficit to trim the lead down to 5. Doing the quick step again.
Oh, boy.
He threw that down.
Yes, he did. That was a line drive. Right now, Indiana is starting to get careless with this basketball. Keep an eye. Patrick, quick catch, move, strong, and then a line drive hoop.
Indiana has lost only 2 playoff games this year, but they haven't faced the likes of the Knicks in the fourth quarter. But Rick Smith playing an excellent game again.
If you just clear out the opposite side, he'll make that catch every time, and he's good at seeing people running at him.
That's 23 for Smith. Looking around to Davis inside of 10 to shoot. Anthony inside. Ewing lost the handle, but we have a foul.
I honestly think that Greg Anthony's shoulder's bothering him. He is not even looking for the shot, and he's had a couple of opportunities here. Now, keep an eye on fronting the post here now. Patrick's ahead. There's the lob. Here comes the defender from the other side. Rick sees him. Nice spin move. Once again, showing you another nice off. He's very smooth when he decides that he's going to take the shot.
Ewing perfect from the line. 21 points. Reggie Miller, he's getting the game from Rick Smith. He's not getting it from Miller.
Ewing has done a terrific job in the 11 playoff games. He's getting to the line 8+ times a game, but he's only shooting 71%.
Ewing now with 22. Smith and company find themselves in a 7-point deficit. Inside of 10 minutes to play in the ballgame. There he is, the easy jump shot right in the face.
As soon as the defender left Rick Smith to go pick up that roll man, they were looking by design for Smith. Now remember, he is an excellent shooter facing the basket.
25 now for Smith. Davis for 3.
You can't do that. I mean, you just cannot honor the Knicks 3-point shooters. You have got to go get those people.
Only Davis's 5th of the playoffs. Smith's backing in, a little more time dribbling the basketball, and he has it rejected. Workman inside it. Just out the basket, we have a whistle and a foul.
Now that was Patrick's first block here tonight. And he did time that one. He was on the move, and he gets up, and he makes the block of the shot. And then fortunately, they come out of this. This is a very nice pass, and then a second pass right there. Accept the double team guy, send it home.
Here's tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. The Pacers with Smits, Davis, and McKee, with Smits leading the way in points.
Yeah, you know, they're doing a nice job. But once again, Ewing and Oakley stepping up big, and Mason and Smith are doing a nice job.
Now, I'd like to show you what happens here. This ball is going to come into Patrick Ewing. They get caught in no man's land. Now, just watch what happens here with Byron Scott. Now, the ball goes in, a half-hearted double team. Now, as Fleming comes over, see, he is not running at Hubert Davis. Now, you say, what's the big deal? The Knicks are now 5 for 14 in threes. It's a major factor of why they are ahead in this game. You can see right now they're talking to make sure, I would hope, that they are talking about the double teaming.
Well, the Pacers, who are hitting 41% of their threes, have not hit one tonight. Davis completes the three-point play. And the lead is 5. Lot of time remaining.
Well, you're Indiana, a player, a coach, management, a fan. You're happy. You're in this game. You got a chance to win this game.
Ewing. Smith puts an elbow on him. That's the longest Patrick has taken to make a move so far tonight. Davis for 3 again. Over the top, and he was wide open again.
Anthony does not want the shot. And it's all because of that bad shoulder. No doubt about it. Because at halftime, he was 3 for 6, looking for the 3. Now, he has just passed off 3 open three-point shots.
You see Indiana's trailed in 6 of their 9 playoff games. They've come back to win 4 of those.
Now, right now, Anthony is 0 for 2 in the second half, but you chalk it up because he's definitely injured, and he knows he probably does not have range.
Reggie Miller back into the Pacers lineup. Hubert Davis has the task of guarding him. Smith's a quick
yes! Big fella, give it that can't move. That's like facing 13 at 5-star. Come on, are you kidding? That was, he gave him 3 moves that time.
27 for Smith. He's 10 of 16. Anthony. No place to go. Davis as Reggie Miller runs at him.
Reggie was late. He was late. Hubert Davis, the Knicks guards have done a terrific job in shooting big-time shots tonight with the clock going down.
McKee had the ball bounce off his face, gets it with 13 to shoot.
Yeah, but you got to get it in deeper than that.
That's why.
6 seconds.
Smith with 4 to shoot. And they throw it away. Here comes Anthony. Should have the easy 2 with the left hand.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. An excellent 20-second timeout by Larry Brown. See, you've got to talk about this right now. You have to talk about spacing and then angles of feeding the post people. The Knicks force you out further than other teams. All right, and we're going to give you this play. Now, you see how high up he is to the right now? You see he's way above the foul line area, and he's looking for an angle. Even if you do pass him the basketball, he is now too far out. He's not comfortable way out high. Here comes the double team, and give Anthony credit. That was an excellent anticipated move there, shooting the lane. And you can see he struggled to get that ball up there that time on that layup.
Rick Smith has kept the Pacers within striking distance with 27 points.
Now, at halftime, we told you the Pacers had 12 turnovers. They already have 16, but this is not uncharacteristic of this team. During the course of the playoffs, they turn the ball over 17, 18 times a game.
Inside, Antonio Davis uses the basket to shield Patrick Ewing.
Not only that, the guy was below the foul line. You now can post the guy in the lane because now I've got a better passing angle.
In the timeout, Larry Brown told Reggie Miller he has to shoot the basketball more. Ewing from the left side doesn't get it. Rebound. Derek McKee trailing by 5 with 6:57 left to be played.
Big thing right now, you must put a body on all front court people when shots go up. McKee, very quiet in this game, Derek McKee.
Workman loses the handle, turns around, shoots, doesn't get it. The tip by Antonio Davis. Just Workman underneath.
Oh, the 2 Davis boys kept that one going. That was good hustle. Larry wants a timeout to get these guys together. But Derek McKee must step up here in the last 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Pacers within 5 with 6.5 left to be played in the ball game, and still you think you're down by 5, and Reggie Miller and Derek McKee have almost disappeared.
Well, you can see in the playoffs they're averaging 32 tonight, 12. Now, Derek McKee is 0 for 6 and 1 foul shot for 1 point. Miller has 11 points. Unfortunately, they cannot get him in the swing of things. He's 4 for 9 from the field. Now we're talking about a guy who averages 16 shots per game at playoff time.
And out of those 16 shots, some of them are threes. He has not hit a 3 tonight.
Indiana with 4 offensive rebounds this quarter.
McKee with 5 to shoot. Ewing wheels the rebound around.
I give Larry Brown a lot of credit. That play was by design to go to Derek McKee, and he wanted him to get a good look and a good shot.
He got both. Ewing has to pull up on the jumper, and he buries it.
Patrick is murdered on the baseline. He stopped on a dime that time.
24 for Ewing, and he blocks the shot on the other end. Oh, what a steal! McKee, and Anthony has to commit the foul.
That was a great steal. Oakley was falling out of bounds and tried to throw that one in past Derek McKee. A terrific steal.
Here comes Vern Fleming into the lineup. Haywood Workman has to sit down.
See, Larry Brown right now is looking for a shooter with this substitution. Here's your miss, and here comes Oaks. He's falling out of bounds. Now just watch as he tries to make the pass. McKee gets a piece of it. 6'10", long arms. Derek's got to step up here now, knock in these foul shots.
He's made the first. Foul was on Anthony, his third. There you go. That'll start. The lead is down to 5 again with 5:43 left in game 1 of the Eastern Finals.
They just cannot get past 5.
No, they can't get past it. It's that plateau theory almost. Mason to double by McKee and Davis.
Now you have to match up here now.
7 to shoot. Anthony goes right, shoots left, rebound controlled by Antonio Davis.
Get it out. You get it out now, you're in pretty good shape. Larry Brown has Fleming in the game because of the scoring.
Here's Miller, and Antonio Davis trying to thread the needle.
Great steal by Anthony.
To Ewing. Big time slam. Oh, Antonio this.
The Garden is standing. Now that was impressive.
26 for Patrick. The lead is 7.
Greg Anthony has made some terrific steals in this quarter.
Fleming. Shot, it goes. We have a whistle.
Pat Riley wanted an offensive foul. I want to tell you, if a rookie player would have made that move, that would have been an offensive foul. And that was a big basket by Vern. Keep an eye on this right here. Anthony came back from the top to make that steal on that ball. He's playing a very solid quarter. Now right here, look out, that's even a replay.
That hurt. That hurt.
Now down here, see, I thought Anthony did an excellent job. It depends upon, once again, angles that we have and you have when you make that call.
Foul was on Anthony, his 4th. John Starks with a complete warm-ups out here in the 4th quarter, just sitting out, but Hubert Davis has done a nice job guarding Reggie Miller, who sits down.
Yes, he has. And Harper's back in the game here now. Now you're down to 4.
Closest since it was 23-19. Scott in, Miller out for the Pacers.
Both teams I have a luxury of many timeouts, okay? Larry Brown is calling.
3 to shoot. Ewing forced it. Here come the Pacers. They have a chance to pull within 2 or 1. Fleming on Harper to the hole, off the glass.
Great substitution by Larry Brown. That was a terrific move because Workman was struggling and he went with the veteran.
Only one team has scored 20 points in the 4th quarter against the Knicks in the playoffs. The Pacers have just become the 2nd. They have 20.
There's the big stat. In the first game at Orlando, they were down 17. They came back and won it on Byron Scott's 3-point shot at the buzzer. And then in Atlanta, down 12, they come back and won it. Now remember, that they were big games to win on the road, the first game of the series. We said they're an excellent excellent second half team. Vern Fleming, remember, coming down the stretch, he had a collision in the regular season with Shaquille O'Neal. 14 stitches in his lip. He also injured his knee and his hip. There's a good backcourt trap that time to force Harper to give the basketball up. Vern Fleming has come in here and played real big in the second half.
11 points in the second half for Fleming. Pacers trail at one time by 17, but Hubert Davis drops down the three, his second of the ball game.
That was just a great, great shot. He had to shoot that through the trees.
Pat Riley calls him emotional stability. Smith draws the foul from Derek Harper. That is only his second.
See, Harper must double team because Smith is going strong. And they do not want Ewing to pick up any more shots, okay? Now keep an eye here as Hubert Davis comes up off of the screen and then shoots right through the defender. That was a big shot.
Only the 14th foul on the Knicks. The next one, the Pacers will be shooting. Smith sizing up Ewing from the baseline.
And he got
a piece of it.
Patrick got a piece. He brought that down, see? Usually he keeps the ball high up over his head. He tried to shoot that ball right off his shoulder. That's why Patrick got it.
And then Ewing loses the handle. Fleming comes up with a loose ball. He loses it. Keeps it alive. Fans wanted to travel. Never had possession.
Well, they don't give that ball in the NBA.
Miller falling away. The struggle continues. Ewing throwing the elbows after the rebound, and we're going to have a foul called on Smith.
Yeah, but that's only the second foul by the Pacers. The second foul. So they're fine. They're in good shape with fouls. The Knicks, you got to give the Knicks guards. They took the heat off in the first half by making the threes. And now at this end, you just can't give enough credit to Hubert Davis for smacking in that big one. That was a big shot.
Big time. Dale Davis in. Smith sits down. Davis on the switch on start. Ewing being played by Antonio Davis. They're Ewing battle underneath. 9 to shoot. Ewing has to force it. Oakley can't get it. Loose ball foul. Dale Davis.
Oakley just outworked Dale Davis. That shot was a forced shot by Patrick. Davis had the inside, and Oakley just replaced him. And I mean, replaced him.
He placed him back about 5 feet. Now Pat Riley wants a timeout. 2:39 left to be played. The Knicks are back up by 5. Still a lot of time left. 2:39 left in game number 1 between the Knicks and the Pacers. Knicks on top by 5, and the magic number here is 90.
Well, you can see it right there. They hold you under 90. They're 5-0. You get over 90, you have a good chance. They're 2-3. You get over 100, which is really
very
difficult.
The Bulls the only one.
That's right, and the Bulls got 104 that night. But this team in this building, very difficult to score against. Right now, Reggie Miller with only 1 shot attempt in the fourth quarter. He has not scored since the 7th-minute mark in the third quarter.
And he is in guarding Starks. Oakley joined by Harper, Mason, Ewing, and Starks.
Now the Pacers have 1 foul to give before we get down inside of 2 minutes.
Starks wheels around. Miller meets him, knocks it out with 11 to shoot.
Big thing now is good defense, no silly fouls, and like we said earlier, you must block out your man. Second shot opportunities now unforgivable. You must put a body on a man.
Ewing gets a step on Antonio Davis. The right-handed off-balance shot, but the rebound goes back in.
How about Oakley? Came from the other side of the rim to tap that in.
Unbelievable.
See, you cannot lose sight of your man. You've got to get a body on him.
20 for Oakley. The lead is up to 7. Bad pass. Here comes Harper. Starks responding up to the 3. Dribbling off his knee.
Accidental. Right.
Never saw Fleming. Fleming with the reverse won't go. The putback won't go. Davis then is going to draw the whistle.
Vern Fleming thought he got fouled, but Davis had a wide open follow-up. Keep an eye on this now. See, Vern sees Ewing. He thought he got fouled. Wide open right here. Smart foul. Smart foul. Why? You're talking about a guy through the season is a 53-54% foul shooter.
He holds the ball almost like a two-handed set shot before he releases it as Workman comes in. Or Fleming sits down. Great job by Fleming this evening.
The Dale Davis, Charles Oakley battle is for men only.
Rebound. Oakley to the left.
So you just cannot get careless now and give the Knicks something easy.
There it is. Baseline for Ewing. Just put that one in the book.
Once again, Mason beats his man off the dribble, forces the double team, hits Ewing.
Game 3 with the Bulls. Patrick had 34. He has 28 this evening. 10 in the fourth.
Good defense by Stark.
Workman. Ewing rejects it for his 5th block.
And Oakley takes it right away from Workman. The fans are loving it. But Indiana definitely had a great opportunity here to take this one in spite of all of the problems which they've had to try to overcome.
Harper draws contact. What an effort by the Knicks, though, after Indiana cut the margin down to 2.
Now you think that they're in this game with Derek McKee, non-existent, Reggie Miller struggling to get shot attempts. Smith only plays 11 minutes in the first half, and you're knocking on the door with an opportunity to win.
He picked up his 5th. He did not have a field goal so far this evening. Or does not. Harper misses.
Well, Harper, throughout his career, is not a good foul shooter. He's always in that 60 mark.
27 for Smits tonight. He is on the bench. Pacers cut the lead to 2 with 4:08 left. They've only scored 1 point since then. Miller shaking and baking, loses it.
Miller knocked Patrick Ewing. See, that time, on the pass off, Miller collides with Patrick Ewing. Now, the pass was completed, as John Thompson, a concerned fan here this evening. Pat Riley takes a 20-second timeout. The Knicks had 2 full and a 20. They're taking a 20 right now. Get Patrick to knock out the cobwebs. Reggie Miller comes in here really, really strong and then makes the pass off. Keep an eye on it right now. Now just watch as it goes off. He runs right into Ewing, and Ewing falls across the leg of the offensive player. Keep an eye at it. Now right there. Ooh, oh, see, that was a hard slam. Hard slam.
Reggie Miller used all of his 185 pounds to slam into Ewing, who stands at 240 pounds. Patrick seems to be all right, rubbing the right wrist, working it back and forth, holding it.
With 53 seconds to go, both teams are shooting the penalty. New York has 2 timeouts left. Indiana, 3.
Mason draws the foul from Derek McKee. That'll be his 6th. A disappointing game for Derek McKee. And Larry Brown had counted on him so much tonight.
Well, when we came on the air tonight, we brought out the point that the small forward position is the key for both teams. Pat Riley is confident that he would get 16 points in 9 to 10 rebounds. Larry Brown, he's hoping that Derek McKee and Williams would give him the production. And you just had an opportunity to see 0 for 7, 3 points by the foul line, and only 5 rebounds. Kenny Williams, not much better, so consequently, that small forward position was big. But then again, the 3-point shooting of the Knicks guards.
That ovation is for Charles Oakley. He'll sit down. 20 points for Oakley tonight, 13 rebounds. Game 2, by the way, once again, that'll be played Thursday night right here in the Garden. Hubie and I will be here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Nine-point lead. Pacers cut it to 2. Only have scored 1 point since then. Miller for 3, his first of the ball game. And he has hit at least 1 3 in every playoff game so far this year. And the foul.
Now, Reggie, one of the truly great three-point shooters in the history of the NBA. In the playoffs, he's been shooting at 43% in the 9 games. He was 22 for 52 coming in here. And then for the season, he shot 42% in threes. 123 for 292. But you can see they have got to work on getting him some high percentage shots. Starks has been on him like a blanket.
And Hubert Davis has also done a nice job.
Yes, he has.
Starks sat down most of the third and the fourth quarters. Anthony gets them both. Larry Brown wants to talk about the final 32 seconds. His team trails by 8 in game 1. Well, there is our score, 95-87, with 32 seconds left to be played in the ball game. Be sure to stay with TNT inside the NBA. Coming your way next, Fred Hickman and the Stinger. Mike Glenn standing by. They'll look at Houston-Utah game 2. Plus a look at Hakeem Olajuwon's MVP year. And they'll take a look at small forwards that are going to be available in this year's upcoming NBA draft. All coming your way in just a couple minutes. How about defense? Not bad.
The Pacers are still sitting on 87. And it's incredible, that magic number 90. Right now, you're not out of the woods because Indiana, the #1 3-point shooting team over the course of the season, they shot 37% in threes. Now, I admit, they're not getting good looks here right now. But if you get a quick 3 right now, you're right back in this game.
There's still a lot of time left, 32 seconds. We've seen a lot of stranger things happen in the last couple of years. Workman triggering the inbounds pass, looking for Scott. He's going to have to call a timeout.
Everything was below the foul line, and he felt that he did not have a good angle pass.
We'll take a timeout.
In Indiana with 1 full timeout left.
95-87, 32 seconds left to be played in the ball game. Game 2 once again Thursday night. Indiana now has just 1 timeout remaining. Both teams are in the penalty.
Well, Indiana definitely must shorten this passing lane. At that time, Byron Scott came out, but he did not come out far enough to take the pressure off the inbound pass man. The big thing for the Knicks right now is do not foul a 3-point shooter or a guy going strong to the rim. If you don't have a good shot attempt to block it, then let the guy lay it up. The one thing you do not want to have Indiana do is to make a 3-point play here.
Well, they're only 1 of 5 from the arc tonight. Reggie Miller with the only 3. Miller only 7 points in the first half, has 7 in the second.
There's your outlet.
Davis way on top. Ewing comes out to meet him.
And they're late with the pass.
Scott takes a couple of dribbles. The double pump. Almost got the 3-point play.
Byron Scott going to the line right now. Always a great foul shooter. 82% this year. Just a magnificent pickup for Indiana in December. And what he did, he averaged 10 points for them during the remaining part of the season. And he gave them stability on that second unit. Not only a great 3-point shooter, but a guy who can hit big shots for you with the pressure on him.
6 points tonight for Scott, and Larry Brown just cannot get over how much he's meant to this team, Byron Scott.
Well, he's such a positive influence. He came right in and looked at the talent and said, you know, we really have a shot. The East is down this year, and we think that if we just start playing together, and they did in the second half of the season. They were 31-12. The only team with a better record was Seattle at 32-11. So they were right there in the second half of the season. And then when you look at what they've done in the playoffs, knocking out Orlando, taking care of Atlanta in easy fashion. So you know they are for real.
Starks will be at the line. Only 2 points for Starks tonight in his first free throws. The slack has been picked up by Ewing with 28. And Oakley with 20.
You know, it's interesting there. He was falling back on that shot, Ryan. Now, coming into tonight, he's been 87% on the line, and he's been averaging almost 6 foul shot attempts per game.
This will be his second. With 21.5 left, it is a 7-point New York Knicks lead. They don't give you anything from the outside. The Knicks don't. Another steal. Harper, Starks, does Anthony.
Nice.
The reverse layup, it goes.
The guards have done an excellent job, not only defensively from a standpoint of not giving up high percentage shots, but they have caused so many. Here's another turnover. How about that? Another steal.
And he gives it up to Mason. At the buzzer it goes. So that 90-point plateau remains intact. The Pacers only score 89. The Knicks hit the century mark. 189 is our final. Tonight, Budweiser player of the game is Patrick Ewing. What a monster game for Ewing tonight. He checks in with 28 points, 6 blocks, 11 rebounds. Budweiser will donate $1,000 on his behalf to the United Negro College Fund. Patrick Ewing, a big game tonight, and the Knicks open up the best of 7 Eastern Conference Finals with an 11-point win over Indiana. Now let's